Fallen from Grace is the newest. Wait, 1 second. Before we get started, I just want to say that JMODS are not allowed to watch this video. There's nothing sneaky going on. We're not going to be talking about some incredibly overpowered plugins or any technique that you need to patch, so just exit out of this video and go work on the dog quest. Okay, now that that's out of the way. Fallen from Grace is the newest quest added to old school RuneScape. It takes place on the player-created island Wormscrag. It is an incredibly cool quest with an insanely fun boss fight at the end. I'll tell you straight away, doing this quest on level 3 is one of the hardest things I've done in old school RuneScape. I died 198 times before I got my first kill. But in those 198 deaths, I found a lot of points where I was struggling and I found ways of getting around them. My goal is to make sure that you don't die that many times during the quest. I've already made the mistakes, so you don't have to. Let's talk about reasons to do this quest. The biggest reason is just for the flex. When I rock up and tell people I've killed Mad Angel and also I'm a level 3, I got the World 446 ladies all over me. If that's not reason enough, you also unlock Golem Crafting, where you get to roleplay as a god breathing life into these beings just so you can watch them fall to their knees and die in front of you. You also unlock the clothing store where Wormscrag wearers were, which is the hottest new store for all your fashionscape needs. They're basically like how Supreme was in 2017 or House of Worth in 1865. It's an exclusive club and you can't get in. However, you don't have to do the quest if you just want to hunt goats. Goats are already unlocked as soon as you get to the island, so if you just want to push goats to their death, no one is stopping you. I also wouldn't suggest doing this quest if you're a little piss baby who's gonna cry to mommy. Aw, did someone miss the stall? Do you need mommy to get the baba? Okay, here comes the airplane. Only joking, this is seriously a hard boss fight. Let's get into the quest, but really quickly, a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Declan, from where Wormscrag wearers were. And don't forget to use the code RAZMATAZ. And now, back to the quest.
This island and this quest... Hey, I'm filming here. Thank you. Anyways, this island and this quest has some incredibly interesting lore to it. There's dragonkin and vampires and Icene, and it all takes place in the Third Age, and I'm excited to dive deep into the story. Hey, huh? What's this? I got a joke for you. Where do astronauts go to drink? The space bar. First you talk to this guy and he sends you over to this woman. Her son is dead or something. Turn off quest helper, I'm the one helping you. Run up here, over here, and then click this thing. There's a book. Read it. Click the thing again. Chisel the thing you get from it. What? I didn't tell you to bring a pickaxe or chisel? No worries, you can grab them from this tent. You can also get a hammer if you want. Now we're going over here. Run past the goats. Hey, Bean.
Hey, Raz.
Come over here. Wow, look, a hat. That's cool. Watch the cutscene. Ooh, spooky building. I hope there's no mad angels living inside. Now we run over here and over this convenient path through the water, and we're back at this guy, and you tell him about the hat, and apparently that means we have to go into a cave. Now hop on your boat and sail all the way down here. You're going to need a raft or a skiff to get inside the cave. The skeleton calls you over and tells you that he needs your help to take care of the trolls. So what we're going to do is just, we're just going to go. We're going to leave. Goodbye. Let's talk about these trolls. They're Stinky, Ugly, and Carl. They're in multi, and they can hit up to 11. That's bad. But since they all have a different wander radius, we can separate them and take them out one by one. Upon entering the room the second time, Ugly will aggro on you, but you'll be safe from their attacks. However, Stinky might aggro on you, so run backwards 3 tiles, then south 1. You're safe right now. Then we run up to this tile. You'll have to tank 1 hit, but you'll be in a corner safe spot. From this point, you can use Poison Dynamite on Stinky, as well as step forward and back if you need to recoil. By the way, did you remember to overheal before running over? If you didn't and you died, that's your fault. I did tell you they hit 11. Now we run back over to the dock. We want both trolls on the north side of it. When they aggro on you, only one will ever be able to get you at a time. You can stand here and use Poison Dynamite on them without them being able to hit you. And then once again, step forward and back if you need to recoil. By the way, you need to do true damage to kill the trolls. The easiest strategy is to just poison all 3 trolls, recoiling only a couple hit points if needed. If you're worried about running out of poison dynamite, you can put regular dynamite in a looting bag and bring stackable nightshade with you in your inventory, then destroy the looting bag and make new poison dynamite. You have to be in a PvP world for this, but you can hop to the world in your boat so you're not at risk ever. Yay, we've saved the day. Now we theoretically have unlocked Morty as a Slayer Master, but if we try to get a task from him, he'll say we're not strong enough, which is crazy after we just saved him from the trolls. Now we make our way through the Wormscrag Worms Cave. By the way, did you know that Craig means rock? So that means that if Craig Robinson and Daniel Craig had a baby, their kid would be named Rock. Okay, now we're going to take a right up here. No, you're at the right. Go back. Yeah. Okay, yeah, down this way. Okay, here we go. And just like at the end of Big Hero 6, we've got a dead robot on our hands. This next puzzle is pretty tricky to figure out, but if you look very closely, you can see that actually there's a piece of the golem missing, as well as a piece of the wall. This shows a thematic link between the two. We have to repair the golem to progress further, and by helping it, we're really helping ourselves. But just like our path, the way to do so isn't immediately clear. Looking at the other exit, we see the sunlight shining through. Golem, when translated from ancient Hebrew, means light form, but this one is powered down. It has no energy, but light is energy, like light from the sun. I searched far and wide across the island looking for what this could mean, but no luck. We know this is a very lore-heavy quest, though, and this isn't the first golem in RuneScape. So what do we know about golems throughout the game? In an earlier quest, the golem, the titular character was made up of soft clay, and in the following quest, it helps you summon a demon in Thammaron's throne room. You can also get a rock golem from mining ore, and this golem needs energy. Wait a second. Stone! Just like the stone the golem is sitting beside. We need to use the sunstone! It's so great when a quest gives you the item that you need. This puzzle was really good. It was a lot of fun. Shout out to Mod Unknown for all the time they put into this. There's a cipher to get through this next part, but I didn't go to school for that, so I just asked around and the code is right, left, down, down. We're supposed to use the chisel from early on the ancient sunstone core, but I didn't bring it with me, so we're just going to destroy it, and luckily that gets us a key anyways. And here we are, at the Mad Angel fight. There's a few mechanics in this fight, and we're going to go over them. But do you remember Bean down there with the other goats? She made a guide on the fight and explains things much better than I could. So I've linked her video below, and go and watch it after this one.
Hey, are we gonna do this or not?
Just 1 second. So, if she already made a guide, why did I make one too? Well, because I have something she doesn't. Literally hundreds of deaths. I recorded each death so I could learn from it, and I believe that if you take every death of every level 3 who has attempted this boss and compare them to my own, I truly believe I have died the most times. And that means I've also learned the most. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the smartest and most knowledgeable person at the Mad Angel, but you can if you want. A lot of my deaths are also, pardon my French, putain de conneries. I've looked through the plugin hub and found a few that won't replace having to learn the mechanics, but hopefully they'll reduce the number of deaths where you swear so much you'll run out of curse words and have to start looking them up in other languages. I'm also just gonna say, some of these plugins are very strong here. Since I told the JMODs they aren't allowed to watch this video, you shouldn't have to worry about any of the plugins being removed or otherwise made non-viable here. But just in case, quickly go and download them now, do the quest right now, do it now. Only joking. I did my first kill before I started messing around with plugins, so there's really nothing to worry about.
Let's start with the basics.
This is the minimal gear required to beat the boss on a level 3. If you're looking to upgrade, my first suggestion would be a Ring of Recoil. For further upgrades, I would suggest things like the cow outfit. You could dress as Santa, or you could be a giant carrot if you want. And this is my inventory. You don't need poison dynamite to kill the Mad Angel. We're just going to be recoiling. The Mad Angel has 2 phases, the first phase and the Enrage phase. In the first phase, she does 3 regular attacks and then 1 of 3 special attacks. In the Enrage phase, she stops doing regular attacks and just does special attack after special attack. You'll know she's going into the Enrage phase because she gets this little thing above her head. You can tick-eat her regular attacks, wear a Ring of Recoil while you do it to speed things up. Her first special attack is a Sword Cleave. By the way, when I say first, I mean first in the list. She does them in random order. So she lifts up her sword and swings it forward. You want to run to either behind her or to the side she didn't raise the sword on. She's going to attack you, then face your direction, then attack again, and in total, she's going to do that 4 times. However, in the Enrage phase, it gets a bit trickier, because not only does she do the attack a little bit faster, but she does it 6 times. You see this box around her? That's from the Better NPCs Indicator plugin. Here are the settings to make that box appear on your screen. Try to stay inside the box during the special attack. It'll be helpful during the Enrage phase. Her next special is called Exploding Light. She's going to launch a ball of light towards a tile. For reasons we may never understand, that creates a shadow on the floor where the light is heading towards. We want to run over towards the shadow to launch the attack back at her, which damages her. After we volley it back, she's going to do a regular attack, which we tick-eat. As a side note, this boss was intended to be a stepping stone to harder content, right? Why are we teaching up-and-coming PVMers to step on shadows? That's not funny. You can't do that to them. Shadows are bad at every other boss fight. Is this one of those we purposely trained them wrong as a joke type things? Anyways, she's going to launch a light ball for you to volley and then does an attack for you to tick-eat, and she does that 3 times. During the Enrage phase, you don't have to tick-eat after the 3rd volley. And the last attack is the Lightning Strike. She charges up this big scary attack, and then you put on your Phoenix Necklace and eat your rock cake. Be sure to be under 4 HP while you do it, otherwise the Phoenix Necklace won't proc. Then on the same tick as the rock cake, you also preach from the Book of Egg. This stalls the heal until after the lightning attack is done. So yeah, just like I said in the Red Reef Guide, I hope you've been doing your Easter events. Now you may be wondering, why do I need to stall? Why can't I just proc the Phoenix necklace? And that's because during the Enrage phase, she does lightning attack 3 times in a row, and you need to stall through all 3. During the Enrage phase, you have to do this tick perfect. In P1, there's a little bit of wiggle room, and you'll know that you did it right if her first regular attack afterwards doesn't hit you. If that attack does hit you, then you messed up the timing and you're probably dead. By the way, that's the reason we have the glory in our inventory, because if you die, you have to go back to Diego to get the egg book back. The two of us are good friends at this point. Now we move on to all the bullshit this boss will throw at you and how to counter it. Let's start with the example I used earlier. Sometimes the boss will toss out a light ball and you won't be able to see the shadow. Especially in Enrage, you need to be able to find it pretty quickly. That's why I don't recommend wearing a giant rabbit head, because it slowed me down just enough to miss the next tick eat. But even if you stick to your regular human head, sometimes you might not see what's going on behind you. For example, it may look like nothing is happening right now, but if I step to the side, you can see that King Raoul has been collecting trillions in GE taxes, but hasn't done a thing to improve life in Varrock. He hasn't reduced crime, hasn't built affordable housing, and has kept raising cost of living expenses. Wake up, sheeple! To get around this, I use the visibility plugin, turning my opacity down to 0%, and then, since I still want to be able to see where I'm standing, I add an outline. Other times you'll be stuck fighting in the corner and she'll launch the light ball towards you and the damn wall will get in the way. Sure, you could swing your camera all the way around, or we could just knock down the wall. See? He's still there. You install the Object Hider plugin and hide object 62227. I'll warn you, you may still have to move your camera occasionally, but hopefully as little as possible. Sometimes the boss will also just decide to step on the shadow. If you want, you could use Entity Hider to fully hide the boss, but if you do this, you can't click on it. And after the quest, you need to click on the boss to start the fight, so I've not tried it. Maybe there's a downside to not being able to see the boss, but no one knows. Now you might notice that during some of the clips you've seen, I've been taunting the boss a bit. Like I'll dodge an attack and then emote, drag the angel over to the idiot tile, or sniff the smelly sock and say, ew, stinky. Well, the JMODS removed the primary functionality of the smelly sock in 2024, which was to say, ew, stinky towards players you want to make fun of. Well, the last one I did with Watchdog, an incredibly overpowered plugin that is disabled in a lot of different bossing areas. But not this one, apparently. And you may think that saying, ew, stinky doesn't seem that powerful. Well, here's a few things I realized you could do with it. Like when the cleave attack comes, it listens for the sound effect and tells you to dodge.
Dodge.
This is moderately useful because sometimes I'll get bored during P1 and forget to pay attention. Hey, doesn't the lightning strike also have a sound effect? So you could tell it to flash red when you need to click the rock cake and the egg book. Or you could have an image pop up on screen and count down when you need to click to. Or you can just have a countdown for you.
3, 2, L.
Now, I'll remind you, you really don't need this. B is going to teach you the timing. I also started using tile indicators and turning on hover tile and destination tile to avoid misclicks like this. This next one was too funny not to share, but make sure that you have your left click on your egg book to be preach and not equip. I hope this style of quest guide felt good, and thank you for your patience with my lack of uploads lately. I've been dealing with an injury that makes sitting at my computer difficult. And as a final piece of advice, do not try to tick eat directly from the sack of potatoes. It doesn't work. Thank you for watching, and I am very proud of you.